American School of Communication. It's Tonight's the Night. With special guest, Ghost the producer. And musical guest, Chris Dryfoos. And now your host, Matt Regal.
Hello. Thank you. Greetings and welcome to Tonight's the Night, UCF's only and therefore longest running late night comedy show. We're back from spring break, but while we were away, some stuff happened and now we will talk about it. The news cycle didn't stop just because we did. It's predicted that Jupiter's great red spot will disappear in the next 20 years. However, the braces won't come off for another 30. Poor Jupiter's in that awkward planet stage. Pickle juice slushies will soon debut at Sonic. This is what happens when you bring your kid to work day, falls on the same day as the big pitch meeting. It sounds disgusting. The president of Nike resigned after reports surfaced of inappropriate behavior, which explains Nike's new slogan, just never do it. Just never do it. A little wordy for t-shirts, but a good message. Reportedly, an astronaut's DNA has changed due to the time spent in space. So that's great news for any astronauts attracted to their cousins. That was kind of the response I expected. Kind of funny, kind of gross. Yeah. A bride was recently arrested on the way to her wedding for driving under the influence after crashing a car. Oddly enough, their first dance was to Beyoncé's Drunken Love. Just ironic. IHOP plans to release a breakfast-themed clothing line. And if it's anything like their food, people will buy it not because it's great, but because there's really not that many options at 3 in the morning. No one goes to IHOP late in the morning? I'm the only one? No one's ever done that? Indulged at 3 in the morning? Moving right along. Matt Damon. You all know Matt Damon, actor? Yep. Cool. That's like half of this joke. Cool. Matt Damon might be moving his family to Australia, with President Trump being the reason why. Yeah, I'm just excited for his next movie, Good Day, Will Hunting. Yeah. Okay, I'm not quite sure why that didn't get a great laugh, because it was like hilarious. Maybe you just didn't fully understand it. That could have been it. I don't want to insult anybody, but perhaps it'll help if I explain the joke. Music. Thank you. All right, so let's start at the beginning of the setup. Matt Damon, if you don't know, which we established, most of the people here did know, but just in case, is a relatively well-known American-born actor who is known for such films as the Bourne movies, Ocean's 11, and The Martian. However, his breakout role was in the film Good Will Hunting, a film that Matt Damon not only starred in, but co-wrote with fellow actor and friend Ben Affleck. The film was released on December 5th, 1997, and to their amazement, the film really took off. I mean, it performed pretty well in the box office. Look at this. It made over $200 million, which if you didn't realize, is almost $300 million. Anyway, on to the next portion of the joke. I mentioned that Matt Damon would be moving his family to Australia. I felt like a few of your eyes glazed over a little when I mentioned that, so I'm just going to clarify. Australia is, of course, in reference to the mighty continent named Australia. It's located on Earth, near New Zealand, but far away from Newfoundland. It's a common mistake. The word Australia derives from the Latin word australis, meaning southern. I know what you're probably thinking, and yes, it was discovered by explorer Matthew Flinders, who originally named it Terra Australis. However, it was later abbreviated to the name we now know and love. That one. Now finally we've reached what we in the industry call the punchline. Now, in the punchline for this particular joke, I stated that I am eagerly awaiting Matt Damon's upcoming movie, Good Day, Will Hunting. Now, good day is Australian slang for good day, a casual greeting, if you will. So, What I did earlier was I utilized a slang word from the Australian culture and then inserted it into the title of one of Mr. Damon's more notable films. This, as you may have already caught on, resulted in wordplay. Well, now that we're all on the same page, let's try this joke one more time, shall we? All right. Matt Damon might be moving his family to Australia, with President Trump being the reason why. Yeah, I'm just excited for his next movie, G'day Will Hunting. Okay. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, we're gonna go to break, and I'm gonna try this again, so stick around. We'll be talking to Ghost, the producer. Guys, Australia, big continent, hard to miss, Pacific Ocean. Good Will Hunting, Robin Williams was in it. Hairy chest, you can see there.
Do you like sports? Do you like reading about sports? Then we got a sports blog just for you. Stay on my peripherals. That's not far. Hitting the field.
The first student-run sports blog.
For sports fans.
By sports fans.
See, it's all about the product shot.
Where do you want me to stand?
Don't talk though. I want them to see the whole.
Hitting the field. We cover football. We cover basketball. And so much more.
He's out. By sports reporters and Meech.
What up? Watch the show and read the sports blog. Hitting the
Field.
Today, when you have multiple devices at your fingertips, wouldn't it be great if you could run the software you need on all of them? Well, now you can. UCF Apps is a new and innovative way for you to access the applications that you need to get your coursework done from any PC, Mac, tablet, or smartphone. For more information or to give your input on UCF Apps, go to apps.ucf.edu. What are you waiting for? Start using UCF Apps today.
Now, we're just a couple of months away from the new movie, The Avengers: Infinity War, coming to theaters. Now, Marvel movies are huge these days, and as we near this chapter in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, everything's coming to an end, and fans are wondering what's next. That's why I'm thrilled that Tonight's Tonight has been given the rare opportunity to unveil the new slate of Marvel movies. Isn't that exciting? Maybe not exciting. We can just move on to the next thing. I was thrilled. Maybe it's the close proximity to Disney, who knows? But they gave us this golden opportunity. So let's start off with a pair of reboots. A couple of characters are going to get reboots. Iron Man was one of the first superheroes introduced in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but Marvel's decided it's time to take him in a new direction with the new rebooted Iron Man. Not quite as exciting, but still looks like a fantastic movie. He looks thrilled. That's a nice apartment. I mean, come on. That's got to be, and who knows where it is? If it's in like the Bay Area or something, that's expensive. All right, moving on. Peter Parker is the most famous incarnation of Spider-Man, but Marvel decided to see what happens if an everyman acquires special spider-themed powers in Spider-Gwen. There he is. Yeah, he doesn't do anything except just sit there with the mask on. And his special power is being able to crush a few beers without taking off the mask. Doesn't look as exciting as Iron Man, if you can believe that. Next, Marvel is going to take a closer look at some of the universe's side characters. Now, first up is Hawkeye. We all know Hawkeye, I think. At least I was told everyone is Hawkeye. I don't. He, of course, is known for his archery skills, but what happens if he misplaces his bow? Well, we'll find out in Dude, Where's My Bow? There it is. You guys remember Dude, Where's My Car? It's like that, but with his bow. It's going to be awesome. Now, people forget that Quicksilver is a part of the Avengers, which is why he's starring in Marvel's Quicksilver. In case you forgot, I'm also one of the Avengers. It's a little on the nose, a little meta, but at least you'll remember that he's a part of the Avengers. Of course, we get to see new sides of some old favorites. I know I've always wondered what the Hulk does in his day-to-day life. I'm sure many of you have spent many hours thinking about it, lost a lot of sleep over it. And every year around April 15th, I especially wonder that. And now we'll know because The Incredible Hulk Does His Taxes is going to be coming to theaters April 15th, 2021. Look at him. So, filling out those W-2 forms. It's going to be so exciting. And finally, Marvel will be going back in time ever so slightly and catching up with the first Avenger in Captain America 2016 election. That's a Russian flag on his. It's a topical political joke. Don't know why we closed with that one. Anywho, be on the lookout for those. And moving right along, our guest this evening is Ghost, the producer. Ghost, can I call you Ghost?
Yes.
Or would you prefer Mr. the Producer?
Ghost is
okay,
fine.
Ghost is fine. All right, cool. Well, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for coming here.
Thanks for
now,
having
you,
me.
sir, as your name implies, are a music producer.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I feel like that's a word that like everyone knows, but doesn't necessarily know what goes into that.
Right, right.
So could you explain a little bit like what it is a typical music producer will do?
Well, music production, a lot of people just know the beats, the instrumentals, the things that you hear on the radio as being played. A lot of times with music producers, especially nowadays with technology, internet, anybody with a laptop nowadays pretty much can get going. But what really separates a producer from just a normal like beat maker is actually getting more into the composition, the vocals, and just other tracking that goes into the actual production of the music. Just, all right, do the strings need to be here or not, and just not making a 4-bar loop and then just going at it, because that would just be, you know, making the beat.
Yeah. So it sounds like you do just about everything.
Yeah, for the most part. Like if you ever see those videos of Dr. Dre in the studio, you know, he has somebody over there playing a live guitar while Eminem's in the booth or something like that. So he's on the board, he has to direct all of them. So a producer really is pretty much like the director in the studio room.
Yeah, okay, that's all. So now if anyone ever asks me, thanks to you, I'll be able to answer and not just say they produce music, which would be a terrible answer for the question. Now, you started out young, you came from a family that was very into music.
Yeah.
I thought this was interesting. Your dad was in the nightclub industry.
Yeah, well, he was in the nightclub industry because he was in the Navy. So I'm a Navy brat.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Moved around? Or?
Moved around a little bit. I was born in Texas.
Okay.
Moved to California when I was maybe like 1 or 2. I don't really remember those.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't remember the process of moving.
Right, but well, he was in the Navy. He was stationed in Alaska, actually. And
really?
This is when, you know, there's really nothing to do in Alaska. But
no, unless you're a bear.
Right. Yeah. So, you know, the nightclub, get you going, get a good business going. So that's what he was doing. And, you know, that really started him having collections of just the actual vinyls. Yeah, so just seeing those growing up and all of that is really what inspired me to, you know, listen to all types of music, because music was just all around no matter what genre.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure. And you mentioned, it said on your website, you have a great bio there, that your cousins have a band.
Right. This is an old school band, mass production, back in the day. So, you know, that's where I would say a lot of influence comes from them, and just that whole era from like G-Funk and like Parliament Funkadelic, these old school bands that really started to blend rock and roll, and like comedy was in it a little bit, as well as jazz, and just really that was kind of pretty much experimental music at the time, because you know, they came out with the crazy hats, wild clothes, but still playing that funk music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got all these influences coming together, and you decided to go the music production route.
Right.
And now, I love the name. I'm a big fan of the name. I think it's awesome. Is there a story behind?
Yes. Actually, I didn't start the music route heavily until I got to college.
Okay.
Growing up, it was into sports, 3 sports in high school: football, basketball, track. So I was trying to get a scholarship for that. So I played the piano a little bit, played the drums, but it wasn't concentration. But came here to go to UCF.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yes. So that's when I was like, didn't make the football team, unfortunately, at the time. But wanted to pursue another passion, and music was always there. So it was just naturally, let's go ahead with the music. So when I met Self, he's a big brother of mine, and he's part of Self Inc. Records. That's part owner of that, and we worked together. I finally met him at our student apartments, and he gave me the tools. And when he first gave me the tools, which was Logic Pro, he was like, hey, you need to get a MacBook. So I was just in it. I was like, I got to get me this. I was just addicted right off the bat. And came back from break. I think it was spring break, actually, and I had all this stuff. He was like, man, you move quick. So after that, really getting good with his practice. So you have to put in the time. So it would just be days he wouldn't hear from me. And then all of a sudden I'll hit him up, yo, Self, I got like 5, 10 new tracks coming. And he's like, what? You just pop up like a ghost with this. So that's kind of where it came from.
Okay, cool. It's cool when it's organic like that.
Right. And then I kind of molded it for other things too. Like I'm trying to start a nonprofit organization, getting the paperwork for that. And I kind of wanted to go around ghosts. Like, I could ask you, do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, like Civil War battlefields and stuff like that, yeah.
Right. Anybody
I don't know why I was that particular.
You all believe in ghosts? Yeah. Well,
I do.
Okay,
I do.
The thing is...
You're looking at one, ladies and gentlemen.
The thing is with that, I just kind of wanted to put the influence out there to whether you do believe in the influence as far as being hands-on, like I'm giving this homeless person $2, or I'm doing a charity. Whether you believe in ghosts or not doesn't mean that the deed is not being done. So if you work hard, help people, somebody's going to notice it. So that, it doesn't have to be exactly seen. You can work around like a ghost under the scenes and not being seen. So that's kind of the way I wanted to go with that too.
That's really
so
cool.
It's just kind of growing different definitions as I go through life.
Nice. That sounds great. I did see, you mentioned Self. I want to talk about that. You got a bunch of mentors.
Yes.
Brad Raymond.
Damon.
I can't read my own handwriting. I worked with NSYNC, and then Kevin Sutton, who's on 740 The Game here in Orlando.
Yes. Brad Damon, he was one of the ones who really, after Self introduced me to the basics of Logic and how to start producing and mixing music, Brad really took it to the next level because he was around when NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, all of them, the boy bands were in their heyday, and he was the one in the studio producing for them, working with them. So he was given like top flight mixing tricks that, you don't really learn yourself right off the bat. It's going to take a while. So just having that experience to meet him at KDS Studios during one of the open houses they had was something that was mind-blowing because I wouldn't even have thought that I would run across someone like that, especially at KDS Studios because it's local, and that's actually where a lot of the bands, when NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, they was releasing stuff like Eminem released, I believe he recorded Relapse there, so everybody was there a couple times, like Rick Ross has been through there, and then like other people, Whitney Houston, it's just, they've touched all.
The list goes on and on.
So,
that's awesome.
And it's local, and you wouldn't even think that you could find something like that.
No, yeah, and this was like the stomping grounds for all those boy bands back in the day. Well, Ghost, thank you so much for coming on. I feel like we keep going. I got way more questions for you, but I want to make sure we get to your plugs real quick.
Right.
You want to throw them out there?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, Ghost the Producer. It's spelled correctly, nothing too crazy. Also, website is cryogenicghosts.com, or to make it easy, ghosttheproducer.com if you can't remember that. And YouTube, Ghost the Producer Vivo is up there as well. And all of them's connected in some sort of way. So if you find one, you'll be able to find all the other ones.
That's right. Yeah. Thank you very much, my man.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for checking. Be sure to check him out. When we get back, we'll have a performance from Chris Dryfoos. You won't want to miss it. Stick around.
Do you like sports? Do you like reading about sports? Then we got a sports blog just for you. Stay on my peripherals. That's not far. Hitting the field.
The first student-run sports blog.
For sports fans.
By sports fans.
See, it's all about the product shot.
Where do you want me to stand?
Don't talk though. I want them to see the hole.
Hitting the field. We cover football. We cover basketball. And so much more.
He's out. By sports reporters and Meech.
What up? Watch the show and read the sports blog. Hitting.
Field.
Today, when you have multiple devices at your fingertips, wouldn't it be great if you could run the software you need on all of them? Well, now you can. UCF Apps is a new and innovative way for you to access the applications that you need to get your coursework done from any PC, Mac, tablet, or smartphone. For more information or to give your input on UCF Apps, go to apps.ucf.edu. What are you waiting for? Start using UCF Apps today.
All right. Our guest this evening is, believe it or not, making his 4th appearance on Tonight's Tonight. Please welcome the pride of Allentown, Pennsylvania, Chris Dryfoos.
What's going on, everybody? Glad to be back. Here we go. The bugs buzz loud on the bayou, and the air is thick and dense. Fog moon over Florida makes anybody tense. It's not in the way she loved me most every moonlit night, but it's in the way she still haunts me from the twilight hour till the light. Fog moon over Florida, trying to cut ties. I'm living on the run, y'all. I'm living on these lies. The midnight train is calling me. I hear the whistle howl. Well, I climb aboard and I realize a demon's on the prowl. is chilly. Its scent is old and sour. Fog moon over Florida begins that witching hour. Thank you. I'm a little sick today, so yeah.
I didn't notice. It sounded great.
Thank you.
Chris is, of course, by far our most recurring guest. Fourth appearance.
That's right. I've actually appeared on here more times than you have.
I know, it's shocking. It's really impressive.
I've been here. I've been playing here longer.
That's right. Now, you graduate in the spring.
I do.
So this likely your last appearance as a student.
Likely.
Yes. But on behalf of tonight's night, we'd like to thank you. You've helped us out on many an occasion.
Thank you so much,
man. There you go. And we want to make sure you get to one more song before we head out.
Alrighty.
And thanks to Chris. Thanks to everyone for checking out the show, whether it was in person or at home. Be sure to check us out, same time, same place next week. Chris, take it away.
Okay. I don't need no sympathy, I don't need no kind of care. You'll just try to trap and change me. Pretty soon I'll be nowhere. Don't you tell me how to live. Don't you know we're born to die? Everyone is running freely. Watch those spirits touch the sky. Nobody knows what we will do. Nobody knows where we're going to. Nobody knows what we will do. Pretty baby, what about you? Waking up another morning, setting out to face a fear. Never heard the silent warning, never learned to count the years. In the moonlight, beasts are blooming, through the forests they will roam. Can't you hear the titans looming? Gotta find another home. Nobody knows what we will do. Nobody knows where we're